Hey y'all, what's up? This is Neena Perez, and today we are going to be making a roasted chicken bowl over some root vegetables because, hello, you got to get to the root of things, right? So let me grab my knife and we're going to get started. So first thing I wanted to do is to grab a bunch of different root vegetables. Some we already had in the fridge, so thank goodness for that. And then we have some parsnip in here, some carrots, and I'm going to put some onions in here too. And I haven't even grown onions this year, but I really want to. So I got this really beautiful big onion, right? So we're gonna go ahead and get this started. So first thing you're gonna do is make sure when you're cutting your onion that you are not cutting the root. I wanna just cut the outer piece of this, but I want the root to stay intact. So when I cut these into wedges, they don't fall apart on me, right? Because I wanna keep them whole for the group that I'm going to today. Like I told you guys, I'm going to a group today, and we are going to have, it's about 8 of us in this group, and it's amazing, and I love them. And I want to make sure that, we give them a good meal, right? So you're going to cut the top, you're going to leave the root, okay? And then you just peel off the top layer. Don't got to get crazy, right? Because it's all going to go into the pot anyways. And so we're going to take chicken thighs, and the chicken thighs that I have are skin on, bone in, because I want them to be juicy, okay? And I love chicken thighs. You can do chicken breast if you want, but I like thighs because they are a lot more flavorful, a little bit more fatty, right? And it just, tastes better. For me, I like the dark meat, right? So you're going to take it. See how my knife is on an angle? Do you see that? Okay, we're going to go in, and we're going to go towards the root. So now if you're looking, you'll see that the root is intact, right? Okay, so that's what I want to do for every wedge, okay? So stay as close to that root as you can, all right? So that they stay in wedges, okay? Not always going to happen, and you're not always going to get all of them that way, but for the most part. I'm already crying, y'all. I'm already crying, okay? These are gonna go into my beautiful pan here. And the reason I love this pan is because I get to carry everything over. It's gonna be amazing. Okay, I already cut up some parsnips. And basically, if you don't know what a parsnip is, they look like carrots, but they're white, okay? You don't usually eat these raw though, okay? So we're gonna, y'all didn't see that, right? Y'all didn't see that. Okay, nobody saw that. You go right in that garbage. Okay, and we're gonna take the rest of these, and there they go. Then the carrots actually are smaller, so these parsnips were big. I don't know if you can see, that's a half moon. Look at the difference, right? So now in order for me to get chunks of the carrot, I just turn them as I cut them. So on an angle, cut, turn, cut, 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 cut. See how the carrot's going different size, okay? This way, this way, this way, this way, this way, this way. Got it? The reason for that is because you want them to be kind of chunky because these are so big, okay? So we want to make sure that everything kind of cooks around the same size, time, okay? So these are pretty big, so I'm just going to chop these in half a little bit, some of these big ones. And then I have potatoes, and I washed them already. They're right here, okay? So these beautiful little baby potatoes, and all I'm going to do for these guys is cut them in half. That's all I'm doing, okay? We ain't going to get crazy because, let's be real, it's hard to just, make your life more difficult than it already is, right? Life is challenging enough. So if we can do something that makes things a little bit easier, that's what we're going to do. And I was thinking about today, and I was thinking about, what do I want to make, right? All of us are like going through things. Life is tough. And as I was like coming up with the recipe, I'm like, in order for us to get through things in life, we have got to get to the root of the problem. And a lot of times getting into the root of the problem is a difficult thing to do, because in order to heal it, you got to feel it, right? And so I was thinking about all of these potatoes. Excuse my dogs because they're about to start barking. And I was thinking about roots, and then I said, oh, why don't we just use root vegetables, right? Because we really sometimes feel like we don't have what it takes, and things stop us from being who we are meant to be. And I really believe that those are lies, right? The lies from the enemy that come to steal, kill, and destroy. But it is up to us to really get down to the root of the issue and make things better. And I know that me and my husband have been really doing that. Like, we've been working really hard on how do we get down to the root of things? How do we change our trajectory, change our lives, do things differently? We don't want to be the same people we were yesterday. Definitely not. We want to be better people today, right? And so when you are cooking today and when you're doing this recipe, just think, you know what? I'm going to get to the root of the problem, okay? Because as you know, like these beautiful things, like these parsnips and carrots and potatoes and all, they're all root vegetables. They all grow in the ground, right? Yet they're flavorful, they're wonderful, they're amazing. And so when you are getting to the root of the problem, don't get all worked up and upset. The truth is that you are going to get beautiful things coming out of you not being afraid of getting to the root of this, all right? So in here, I am going to just put a little bit of olive oil on all of my veggies. Super important, because if you don't put vegetable oil, or I don't like vegetable oil, don't ever use vegetable oil. My electricity just went out. Okay, so anyway, I am gonna have to continue after our electricity comes back on. All right, y'all, our electricity came back on. That was kind of like unexpected, but here we go. All right, so we have all of our veggies in here. See that? All of those beautiful veggies. And now what I did was I did some olive oil, right? We're gonna sprinkle some salt in as well, okay? Sprinkle some salt. All right, a little bit of black pepper and herbs, okay? So we're gonna take fresh ground black pepper in here. And then I went to my garden and I just picked up some herbs. So I have some thyme and rosemary, okay? And I'm just gonna leave them just like that on their stems, because they smell amazing. That's one thing about growing your own herbs. If you can, if you have a little windowsill or something, I highly recommend it. I love gardening. If I can have a big, big garden, I would be a happy camper right now. So that's what we got, okay? So root vegetables, right? Getting down to the root of our issues, y'all. Okay, so we got our parsnip, we got carrots, we got onions, we got potatoes. Done, okay? So in here is our skin on, bone in chicken thighs, right? And like I said, I like that because they're just juicier, they taste better. It's just, I love that. But if you want to do chicken breast, by all means. If you want to take the bone out and take the skin off, all you. This is your kitchen, you do what you want, okay? This is my kitchen, I do what I want. All right, here we go. So in here, right, to these beautiful chicken thighs, right? And so a lot of these thighs, let me do this because I want to show you. A lot of these thighs will have like an extra flap, right? Wherever the skin is. So I would cut that off. I wouldn't leave that, okay? So I always keep a garbage pail nearby, right? A little plastic bag in it so I can cut the stuff off, right? Cutting the stuff and the waste off out of our lives too, y'all, okay? That's what this kitchen is about. So we are cutting the fat out, doing what we got to do, right? So amazing. Me and my hubby, I've been talking about, us getting older and how it's important for us to really think about our health and what we are eating. And so we've been cooking a lot at home now. And it's been really nice, actually. I really enjoy it. And I enjoy him. So a lot of times we come home, we'll sit down and eat together. We'll sit at the couch and watch a good movie or something, or we'll work on a project. He's actually in the other room right now, just working on his stuff while I'm doing this, right? So I think if you can, settle things in your heart, be somebody who is loving and kind and forgiving, you can have amazing relationships, right? So getting down to the root, y'all, getting down to the root. All right, here we go. After we cut all of the fat, we trim everything off, right? These are actually looking pretty good now. We are going to season this bad boy up, okay? So here we go. Now you guys should be along with me, right? So hopefully you're following along. So let's take these beautiful thighs. I'm going to put them back in here. I had already cleaned these before we started. I put them in lemon juice, right, and water, and cleaned them all up. And so right now they have, they've already been washed and everything. And I want to add a little bit of lemon juice to this. Okay, so we're going to some lemon juice. I'm going to do different spices, right? So take this off real quick. I'll put another one on because I want to put a little bit of oil in here, just a little, right? Get them nice and wet so that the seasoning has something to stick to, all right? And then on here, I don't know if you guys can see that. You see that beautifulness? I have sage. I think I have about a tablespoon of everything. So I have sage, chili powder, garlic powder, onion powder, salt and pepper, cumin. So that's all in here. And now I'm just going to mix all of this together to make a nice mixture. Okay. And this is going to coat all of the chicken. Now, I can put the seasoning onto the root vegetables, but I'm going to put the chicken thighs on the root vegetables. So the root vegetables are going to get all of the juices. So this is going to go in. All right. I think this is about maybe like 4 or so tablespoons of different types of seasonings. Okay. So I'm going to make sure that everything gets coated, right? We're going to push everything around, make sure it's all coated. All right. And once it's coated, now you can do different things. I'm Puerto Rican, right? So we have like adobo and sazon and all of those things that you can use on your chicken breast. But a lot of the seasonings that I'm using are already in an adobo. I just wanted to have my own seasoning. So that's what I did, because that's what I do. It's my business, right? It's my kitchen. All right. Did need to put a little bit of salt. I try not to use too much salt. You know, me and hubby are watching our salt intake, right? That's why it's so good to cook at home, because you can really take care of yourself, right? So, see all that beautifulness? Look at that beautifulness, y'all. Okay, that's going to go literally right on top of your root vegetables, okay? Right on top. I'm going to preheat my oven because the lights went out. So the oven turned off. So I got to go preheat the oven, and I'm going to make sure I put that to 425. That's what I wanted at. And I am not going to cover this, okay? And the reason I'm not going to cover it is because I want the skin on my chicken thighs to get crispy, right? So after I cook this for about 40 to 45 minutes, I'm going to check the internal temperature, which will be 165. Okay, that's what you want it to be. Don't be pulling no chicken out at like 150. All right, this ain't steak. So make sure you guys do this right. All right, 165. You don't want to kill nobody. All right, so 165. And then what I'll do is I will then put it under the broiler maybe for like another, I don't know, 4 or 5 minutes if the skin is not as crispy as I'd like it. Okay. So there's a couple of steps, but you got this. You got this. Okay. So here we go. Let me swipe up all this beautifulness. And, right, all done with that. And let me take these gloves off into there. Look at that. Gorgeous. Okay. So now I'm going to go and preheat the oven, and I will put it in the oven, like I said, for 45 minutes. So before we head out to be with the amazing group of humans that I'm about to be with in the Bible study, I'm going to make sure to show you what this looks like. All right. So we will be back, y'all. Hey, y'all. So while my oven is warming up, right, to 400 to 425, what I'm going to do is I forgot to add garlic. Hello, how can you have a chicken with root vegetables with no garlic? Anywho, so we're going to go ahead and take this, and all we're doing for the garlic to peel it is we're just going to slam it. Okay, these are big garlic too. This is like elephant garlic, which I'm probably going to take some and just put it outside in my my garden bed because I want to grow it, and then you have to do it months in advance before you can harvest them. So I'm going to go ahead and do that because these are beautiful. So I'm going to take just whole cloves, and all I'm going to do is like cut them in half and toss them in here. That's all I'm doing. Nothing special, nothing big. Okay. I did want to show you guys something, because if you guys didn't see this video yet, I have made pavlova And I'm going to be making that with a beautiful lemon curd, which is another video as well. So here's my lemon curd, okay? And so I have garlic in my hand. I'll just pick one up. And this is a beautiful pavlova. And we're gonna fill this with the lemon curd and fruit or fruit jam. I'm still deciding, but I cannot wait. So if you haven't seen that video, make sure you head on over to watch that, because making pavlova is so satisfying, and it also just helps you to transform ingredients, right? We only had 4 egg whites in that ingredient, and we made, I think it was like 17 little pavlovas, right? So little meringues. Is so good. All right, so we're gonna take this garlic. We are going to throw it in here, and then as soon as my oven beeps that it's ready, I'm gonna pop this bad boy in, okay? So off we go. See you in a bit. All right, y'all, the chicken is out and it smells amazing. I have all the veggies in there. I have the carrots and the, yes. All right, y'all, it's really hot. I'm gonna let it cool down. But you guys need to get to the root of the issues, right? Let's clear all the stuff out. Let's make an amazing dish. And if you haven't seen my recipe for the lemon curd and for the pavlova, which I have here because I'm taking with me, right? Put those little sticks so that's just the lemon curd inside the pavlova. I'm gonna put some raspberry jam on it, some fruit, things like that, and off we go to our meeting. Thank you guys for hanging out with me. If you need me, it is info@neenaperez.com. I am so grateful for you, okay? So let's get to the root of the issue. Talk to you soon.